This week on the 100K, it is Shark Week, and as always, we try and turn $10 into 100 grand betting on the footy.
We also brought back one of the best segments of all time. Definitely Football Legends.
It is an unbelievable show, and also, you cannot miss the Ramble. It is must listen this week.
It is unlistenable. You know where to find us, at 100K Sports, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Instagram. Like, subscribe, send to someone that's never listened to before.
It is Shark Week. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Welcome back to the show that's about as good as a polished turd. The show that adds another to the list as Harley Reid, Bailey Smith and now Nick Watson have freed the bird. Another week, another sorry performance by my Blues. How's Willie Rioli calling up the boys from the NT for a bit of oos? Some big games this week, the showdown and the annual ass kicking. We'll be like the butcher's dog in full flight out the back cherry picking. The Saints are rolling, Jack McRae's getting disposals like he's running errands, and tonight we officially bring back definitely Football Legends. Welcome back to the 100K Footy Show, where every week we get together, we collect our best bets for the week, and we slap a cool, hard, crisp $10 in pursuit to try and win $100,000. Boys, this week we're officially sponsored by
PointsBet, of course.
PointsBet, of course.
Shark
and
Week.
boys, it is Shark Week in deep, deep waters. The multi starts thinner than your uncle's salad and ends thicker than your auntie's waistline. Yeah, let me tell you this. We
Not
start
Doris.
with green ticks and then we smell blood in the water, boys. We finish in Hobart off the Belle Reeve coast. 3 bets, 3 sharks. This is like an episode of Shark Tank if the panel was married and brothers. And sharks. Coming up on tonight's show, the Rich Tapestry, in which is the very first Definitely Football Legends, the round 900K multi, and of course, the very world famous Ramble. Jev, how are you, my good friend?
You are on fire.
Get this man some oxygen.
You are on fire. Boys, what do you call a rabbit with a crooked dick?
Here we go.
Fuck's funny.
That is. Boom.
Yeah, that's a personal
Five
favourite. I like
booms,
it a
Jev.
lot. I like it a lot.
And also Long Dong Silver, Lewis. I've really cut it down.
No, I like
Shorten
that.
it down.
I think that's jumped the
We
shark.
got big stuff to get to.
we
Yeah,
got a lot of things to get through. So, anything you want to add?
No, I've
Discord.
got plenty to come. Discord's firing. Patreon's firing.
Merch.
Yeah, merch is coming out this Sunday. So we got hats, this shirt here.
Hoodies.
We had a lot of
We've
messages
already
last week about the one you wore, Jev, the grey shirt with the green baseball font. So very excited
This
about
one's
that.
the best one we do.
Jev's already got chocolate on his
It
shirt.
doesn't come with a chocolate.
Tubby.
But yeah, this Sunday it'll be up. You'll see all the links. You'll get the emails. No worries.
As we do, we kick off every show. We review last week's multi. So 13 out of 22 legs, boys. We went at 69%.
Yeah, again.
69, dinner for 2. So for anyone that doesn't know, the multi, we have good legs and stiff legs. We like to review it. Jev, kick us off with some stiff legs.
So Connor McDonald for 2, absolutely loved that leg,
Yeah,
but just
definitely.
no good. Didn't kick one. Played a bit half back. James Warble for 20, only had 18. Jed Wald for 2, only kicked the 1, and Dan Rioli for 20, only had 18 as well.
Yeah, all stiff. Off the back of last week's antics, Lawson Humphries had him in for 15.
Timothy
Still happy.
Tan.
It was a very funny segment.
That
but,
was so good.
Only had the 13, and then Toby Green. I spoke about his form against the Swans, and that was the reason I backed him, because he actually didn't have the form, and I thought he would know that more than anyone. Again, came out with duck eggs. That's on me.
I just butchered the pick. I went Ben Keys 15. I should have gone goals. He missed goals. I butchered it. So he's gone under 2 weeks in a row. So I won't be touching him this week. Jake Bowie had him for 20. Only had 18. He must have got sunstroke over there in WA.
He's hot.
And also had Bailey Humphrey for 1 snag. No one watched that game. So I don't think it happened. It was like a pracky match.
Yeah.
7:20 Sunday night.
Yeah.
So let's not count that one as a stiff
That's
leg.
fine.
But how about the good legs?
Oh,
Yeah,
heaps.
good leg. Bomb for 20.
What?
Isaac Rangan anytime.
What?
Danger anytime.
What?
Mudflat for 2. Heaney anytime. It was good legs galore.
Yeah, well done. Tex anytime.
Huge.
Durden anytime. He kicked 2. Fucking Philip Matera.
Durdos.
Darren Jarman Impey. We talked a lot about
Nice.
him. For 15, but obviously we're talking about no Scrimshaw and no Carl Amon.
Yeah.
He had 24. So the
Nice.
male was correct. And then my man, John Global Noble. We wanted him for 25. We took him.
Jamie
At
Noble.
value, he had 26.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
John over 25. That was like a 250 leg.
2 to
Great
1.
leg.
Yeah, 2 to 1. So that's a good leg. It's coming a bit, and roughly so.
Good legs. This one was short. Jamie Elliott for a snag, $1.13. We said it was going to happen. Get your 20 touches. Finn Callahan for 20 touches, boys. That hit. Nick Watson for 2, kicked 3. He's one where he ran in. Everyone's saying he took about 35 steps, but they're only little legs.
Yeah, true.
So I still think it wasn't the.
15 minutes.
Yeah, and then Charlie Cameron for 2 as well, boys. So
Yeah, good.
that's been
It's good
awesome.
to be
So
back, Charlie Cameron.
we're ready to get back into it. So we're very excited, boys. It is now time to bring back a segment from the grave. A segment that was never really meant to be buried, but it is now revived. It gives me great pleasure to reintroduce
Definitely. Football. Legends.
Over to you, Morgs. I'm not sure how this is going to run, but I'm very, very excited.
We are back, and I am so excited to have 4 and 20 on board. I went to 4 and 20. I went to the offices at 4 and 20. I said we need to start celebrating local footy again, like we did on the footy show. As we said, we've been fully transparent. We are 100% just copying the exact same segment, only because we miss it, Jeff. Not because it's not copyright. We just purely miss the segment.
Nice.
And it's time we started celebrating blokes loving their own work.
Yep.
Send your own clips. Don't get mum or dad to send it in. Send your own clips in. Take a hanger, kick a snag, have a celebration. We want you to send it in. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the people, Dar. So we are going to smoke. Fucking hell. We are going to go to the people. Okay, so we're going to put out the reel with the 3 options. It is voted by the people, purely by the people. They will win themselves a lifetime supply, year supply supply of 4 and 20s, which works out to be $100 cash. So you're just getting the greenback.
Nice.
Okay, so I worked it out. 24 rounds of footy at the G, roughly $4 a pie. You get about $100. We might try and up the prize with the more we sort of smooth over 4 and 20. All right, boys, if I get you to look at the screen, we've got at Old Scotch 2s. We've got Will Hucker.
Will Hucker Loogie.
Look at this grab.
The Kiwi.
Ball up the wing, goes bang, and on the wing, look at
That is a hang. Will Hucker, watch that one more time. That's a great mark. Will Hucker, Scotch 2s. That's early
That was
lead.
like Glenn Boss on Maccabi Diva. Just like a church
I don't know if you
mouse.
saw that went into the promo. That's the first entry we got once I started this, and I
Wow.
wanted it in. Number B, or letter B, we've got Paran in the C grade. We've got Ethan Plaza here. This is a good, sneaky little goal. Have a look at the boundary throw in. I wanted to show this. I want to show
Boundary
this.
throw in.
So nice little throw in. We've got crummers everywhere. Sort of.
Off the ground.
Look at little Tevez.
Wow.
Look at that. And then they celebrate just out of thin air, sort of.
So he crumbs up, follows up in his own work. Bang out of mid-air. Bang.
That is awesome.
That's a
Off the
snag.
shins.
Alethio El Plazador. I think Stephen Milne kicked one like that,
Yeah,
I believe,
absolutely
against
he did.
Port Adelaide.
I love that.
That's a great
fantastic.
snag.
And he sent that in, and that is what we want.
The
We-
Parky Plaza.
He's happy with himself.
He's happy with himself, and so are we. I love that he sent this in. This is another one, RC. This is a fan favourite. Sent in, obviously, Dan Goz. He put this up yesterday.
Did he? I
A
didn't
lot
see
of
it.
people sent this one through.
My new
Have a look at
favourite.
this celebration here. So he just goes back, slots it from 15, and then pump. No worries.
Two pump.
No worries at all. Just have a look at that pump action one more time. Look how good this pump is. Just one, two. I would have loved a third. I would have loved a
No, you
third pump.
get ejected. Can we just go back? Can I look at that ball drop? Look at that. Look at that. It's
So 10 metres out, directly in front.
like he's trying to kick a watermelon.
Bang! 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 Yeah, that's good.
That is
Two pumps. That was about 30 blokes sent us that. I had to crow it in. I know it was on Goz, but Goz will love seeing that on Definitely Football Legends. So you'll see the reel pop up. I just want you, there'll be a poll down the bottom. It's just A, B, or C. They will win themselves a year supply of 4 and 20. Thanks again.
Just $100.
Hey, celebrating local footy again. So pumped to have this back. Obviously, this is a very strong like YouTube sort of thing. So if you are listening, go to the reel, have a look at them, and see us react to that. So happy for everyone to send them in. I've got lots more, Das, which I had to cull with keeping it to 3. We'll be back next week.
Keep sending.
Keep sending them in.
Nicole Aniston highlights didn't make it.
They'll be on next week's show.
Fantastic, Nicole Aniston.
I've clocked him.
Unbelievable highlights. Are we allowed to say definitely football legends? Are we allowed to say what ones we like the most, or do we just?
Yeah, go for it.
I think A. I like the hang. I think it was a genuine hang.
I must admit, all jokes aside, that's probably one of the better hangs I've seen in local footy.
I like the 2 pump.
Yeah, so do I. I think it's a perfect two. Yeah,
All right,
well done.
guys, coming up next, we got the round 9 edition of the 100K multi.
Yeah, it's huge.
Ooh, I'll be right back. The Sunday Roast is back for season 2025, Jev.
Oh, the show where we celebrate the winners and roast the losers.
You can find us every Sunday night after the Bachelor's game where we get on, and Jev, it's one hell of a show.
We give you the best odds and the best opinions, but the best odds are the bet you weren't on, but wish you were on.
It is out 6 a.m. every single Monday morning after the round concludes.
Listen to it driving to work Monday morning. You'll absolutely love it. The Sunday Roast.
Let's go. Alrighty, boys, we are back. What a great first third of the show. It is officially Shark Week. What's that noise?
Why is it Shark Week? Have we explained why it's Shark Week?
I think we were meant to call it the White Whale Week, but it's the Shark Week.
Shark Week.
By the way, Shark Week, the shark isn't back.
No shark. No
he's
brown, no
he's in
shark.
hiding, but it's because we got some 3 shark legs deep in the water that are going to come out that are paying an absolute mega fortune.
So you had the metaphor. So it starts thinner than your uncle's salad and then finishes like your auntie's waistline. Okay,
Huge.
Bit stiff on Auntie Doris. But yeah, mainly we're starting thin, just getting some green ticks early. And then we have 3 sharks in that last game off that Bella Reef coast. Okay, paying what, at least $2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so sharkish
keep
legs.
going.
Yeah, absolutely.
good.
I love it. I love it.
About an AFL 360. All right, boys, let's kick off. It is the first game, Melbourne and the Hawks. The Hawks, they're on a little bit of a run at the moment, Jev. Is there any legs that you like in this one?
Nothing from me. I'm going to leave this one. I'm just
Wow,
gonna see this game through.
wow.
There's value everywhere in this game. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it.
Yeah,
Because we've got the best leg and Morg's got the best leg.
And this would have been great for a Sunday arvo at the
Yes.
G if we, but Saturday get the early ticks. Give me my man, Dars, Darren Jarman Impey
Yes.
for 15 disposals.
Yeah.
We have only lost 13 cents from last week. Last week we got $1.57.
Wow.
You know I loved it. This bloke's hotter than Toretto's bonnet. That's how he is. We had him for 15 last week again and had the 24, as we said, in good legs, bad legs. We had a feeling it was going to be a bit of a larger output with no Scrimshaw and no
Amon.
Carl Amon. Okay, I had a look back. The week before he had both of those in and he still had 15. He had 17 with them. So the form is all there. His form against the Ds is scary good. His last 5, he's had 18, 23, 17, 21, 24.
Wow.
All above 15, and we know he loves the G.
Yeah.
Like a Woolies mud cake, the form is there no matter how you slice
Yeah.
it, guys. Darren Jarman,
Jarman
Impey, 15 disposals, $1.42.
Say it out loud. A team in the top 4's halfback flanker, you're getting $1.42 for him to have 15 touches. Like,
Crazy.
it's just golden value.
Crazy good.
Yeah,
Crazy good.
Crazy good. No run! No run.
Nice.
No. I wanted to take the Wizard. 1 goal, $1.13, too short. 2 goals, he probably kicks it. 3 goals, he definitely does. I want a 5-piece, but it's the first
green
game.
ticks on
We want to
Saturday.
get through.
Just get
We got
through.
the Shark League. Wait, what's that noise?
Yeah. Those 3 legs are haunting us.
Mate, they're going to
Like
be...
the Kazuki.
Yeah. They're going to be unbelievable. So, no run for me. Jev,
No run.
there's a few things that happen every year. Christmas, Halloween, Easter, your primary school fete,
Andy Marr's birthday.
Josh Bootsma's birthday.
Yeah.
And what else is there, Jev?
The Swans beating the Bombers.
Nice.
You can lock it in stone, put a permanent, you can write in permanent marker. It is an absolute lock. It happens every year.
Yeah.
You know when you have burritos covered in jalapenos for dinner, right?
Burritos covered in jalapenos.
And
Yeah.
you wake up still full and you're like, oh. Then you have your morning coffee and the guts start rumbling. And you're like, oh, Jesus. Then you go for a bit of a walk or a run and it hits. Like
Yeah.
it hits. And you have about 7 minutes to get
Oh,
home.
no.
Then you finally hit the bowl. That is Chad Warner's back to his explosive best.
Yes.
What you do is Chaddy Warner back to his explosive best.
Yes.
He's starting to burst through the middle again. The leg speed looks back.
Yep.
He's just that fucking guy. He's 4-1 against the Bombers and averages 27 disposals a game
No,
against
that's
them.
not- that's a lot.
I'm getting $1.35 for Chad Warner to have 20.
Yep.
He's going to explode on the Bombers
Yeah, I
like
love
you've
it.
had burritos and up before, then a coffee, then a walk, and then it hits.
Nice.
And you know, when
You've
you haven't
painted the
got
picture.
long.
There's nothing worse than when it hits and
Oh.
you just
You know
And
that
you're not
feeling.
that close to home.
touching cloth.
You're like standing but crossing your legs.
Yeah. Lewis.
That's Chad Warner back to his
Yeah.
explosive best, of course.
What do we get for the Chad? The Chad.
$1.35.
Yeah, love the
That's
Cadillac.
awesome.
Does
Cadillac.
give me Kyle Langford for $1.22. He's back.
Langford.
The big Lang theory.
The big like.
Give me Twangford. Fucking Bangford.
Bang.
Bang for your Buckford. You Rangford. His form is out of this world. He's kicked a goal in 11 of his last 13. In his last 5 games against the Swan, he looks like 1, 2, 5, 1 and 3. Over the last 2 seasons,
So
he's kicked a
good.
goal in all but 2 of his games at Marvel. 12 of those 18 games, he's kicked multiples. Okay, so we're looking at lots of 2s. Great ladder opportunity here, Jeff,
Nice.
which I'll be looking at. We're taking Twang Moses just for 1, but I think it's a good ladder opportunity just for maybe 2, 3, or 4, being the fact that it's in the igloo.
Nice.
So yeah, give us the big Lang theory. Big Bangford.
Bang for your Buckford. you Rangford.
No run! That was the fish tacos talking as well. No run.
You've double manus.
Yeah, I've got nothing in this one. Absolutely nothing.
Akamanus.
Oh.
No run. Jeff, anything else? for
Nah,
you?
that's it for me, mate.
Next game, boys. Oh, we have been excited for this one.
Oh, yeah.
This has been set in stone. We'll get into it a little bit more as we go along. Gold Coast, Western Bulldogs. It's the start of the doubleheader of the Gold Coast trip to TIO Stadium.
Yep.
They play the Dogs and then they play the Hawks. I'll tell you what, if you could play two teams anywhere,
Yes.
it's play them in the territory.
Yes.
I feel like they got the run of the schedule on this one. Jev, who do you like?
Let's go back to this game again in the Ramble to build the best same game multi ever.
Cool.
Because we got to read some stats we read when we were doing the thing. But this man is not just a footballer. He's a walking football deity sculpted by the gods of silk and grit. He doesn't play footy. He conducts it like a sympathy. With every left foot laced out pass, a stroke of genius. I can't read. What the fuck? Anyway, I'm
like
talking
a sympathy, a symphony.
majestic mulleted gazelle in a Bulldogs jersey. I'm talking about Marcus Bontempelli.
Yeah.
What a goddamn player! I'm
Yeah.
taking him for 20-1.
Yeah, good.
20-1.
Yep.
The Dogs are going that well. They've got the luxury of playing Bont as a high half forward.
Nice.
You don't even play them in for that much.
Yep.
Joel Frazier's taking his spot. He's a high half forward. And then last week played forward. He had 23-3 in Ballarat.
Awesome.
I'm just taking him for 20-1. They're both about $1.25. Marcus Bontempelli.
Nice.
What a player.
I love it, Jev.
There was that many notes here and I just couldn't read it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, like 25% of his disposals last week were snacks.
Yeah.
Sausage.
That was awesome.
Sausage.
He's a
Great
gun.
form. Well, give me Baby Bont for 15.
Who's that?
My man, Joel Frazier.
The fajitas.
Yeah, for 15 disposals at $1.78.
Nice.
I'll keep going as long as I can. As long as PointsBet will allow me to bet on this,
Nice.
I will. I must admit, though, I could not pick this bloke out of a crowd. I wasn't sure if they were talking about Josh Frazier, Jason Frazier,
Yeah.
Anastasia,
Yes.
someone with hip dysplasia.
Yes.
All jokes aside, though,
No.
he has had 15 in his last 12 games. They are the sort of stats we
Nice.
like. I cannot see that stopping anytime soon. His last 5 sounds like an October week in a Chuka.
Tell me.
19, 27, 24, 17, 15. All right,
Beautiful weather.
rain on the way.
Nice.
He hasn't played in Darwin before, but boy, he loves playing away. Okay, so he doesn't miss his pillow too much.
Nice.
So his last 3 away, 27, 15, 16. I think you like the warmth up there. He will not miss his pillow. My man, Frage, 15 disposals, $1.17.
Should be some of the Freo targets because everyone at Freo
Yeah.
loves their own pillow. Maybe afraid because he can go away. Nice. Flanders, boys. This bloke touches more balls than a urologist. Flanders for 20 touches at $1.35. Had 26 last year against the Dogs, and his last 2 times at the venue, 29 and 37.
Yeah,
so
it's
many
all
He
there.
absolutely loves the Heat. We've got a fair few players that love the Heat as well. That is my first leg in this game. Jeff, anything else?
If you want timber, you go to the hardware store.
Yeah, you do.
If you want groceries, you go to Safeway.
Yeah.
If you want a haircut, you go to the barbers.
Timmy's.
If you want points, you go to Darwin on a
Yes.
Saturday night.
So
Oh,
true.
over. Give me points and more points. You get a point. You get a point. More fucking points.
How many points?
The over-under in this game is 178.5.
Yep.
Last year, the Suns played there. They beat the Cats 164 to 100. That's 264 points
That
scored.
hit. That
The
hit.
week before, they kicked another 120 points against North
Shit.
Melbourne. Last goddamn week, the Dogs kicked 131 points against Freo in a tornado down in Ballarat.
Shit.
And give me all the points.
All of them.
We're just taking over 166.5 at
Yep.
$1.42.
Wow. Yeah,
166.5 at $1.42 and put this down for a green tick now. It is an
okay.
absolute lock. So we're taking 166.5.
Yep.
What did I say they kicked? They kicked 164 against the Cats.
Themselves.
So the Dogs have to kick 3.
Nice.
Do you reckon the Dogs can kick 3?
Oh, I would love that.
We got bumped for 20-1, so I hope they can
Absolutely.
kick 3.
Nice.
Or the Dogs kicked 130 last week. So the Suns have to kick 30. 5 goals. One of them is
You got
Bailey
what? So
Humphries,
Sanders
obviously.
1, Crayfish 2.
Yeah.
There's 3.
West.
Yep.
Northeast.
Yeah, so over 166.5, it is going to be the best bet of the weekend.
Boys, there's only one bear that likes the Heat. There's only one bear that pays the nation. This bear was born in Gippsland but forged in the Northern Territory. Bailey Humphrey, boys, for one snag at $1.50. He's played 4 games at TIO. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 goal, 0. But that's when he came on as the sub at 3/4 time.
Yep.
He had 12 touches, 2 points, 7 score involvements, and 7 inside 50s. And then I said, I knew that he would start the next week and he would have a monster. He paid the nation and he went out there and kicked 5. He loves the territory. He absolutely loves it. When we spoke to him, he's like, there's something about the warmth that the young Gippsland power grizzly bear loves it. He loves it rough and tough. So we love him up forward. 1 snag, $1.50. He
Yep.
missed out last week. It was a practice match under lights. No one saw the game. It wasn't broadcasted against Brisbane.
Yes.
He's going to go up there in
Missed
a
the
back-to-back. He's already up there acclimatizing. Mate, I'm telling you what. Who got subbed out last year? Cam Guthrie got heat stroke.
Yes,
he was
that's
too
right.
Teams
hot.
can't cop it.
Yep.
Teams are playing the igloo too much. The Dogs, Canberra. I'm telling you, he's going to kick a goal. Bailey Humphrey, we're going to touch on him more in the ramble, but we're laddering. Unfortunately, he's not paying $81 to kick 4. He's only 34, but he's still going to pay a nation, and we love him. So, absolutely love those 2 legs.
Das, just one. Is it in? Yeah, one more leg. One more leg got in.
Oh, shit.
John Global Noble.
Jamie Noble.
Yeah, I forgot about it. We had to go back to him.
Nice.
Okay, so last week I talked about his last 5. Okay, his last 5 were 29, 20, 28, 27, 30. I said it was like 5 weeks in Port Douglas.
Nice.
Right? Yeah. So on the weekend just gone, we had him for 25. He had 26 or 27. I can't exactly remember.
26, yeah.
We were getting $1.70 last week for 25. All right, we've teased it back down just for 20, being a Saturday night leg.
Nice.
But the man that was brought up on Vodka and Family has gone in for $1.17 just for 20 plus.
Zambreros.
And Zambreros, Mr. Zambreros, of course. So, yeah, just want to make sure that gets in. John Noble for 20 plus at $1.17. It's a great leg.
Let's go.
Nice. Is that it for that game?
That is it.
You could make the biggest multi of this game and the next game. It's showdown number 1 of the season. We're so shattered we're not there. Let's get into it. Port Adelaide versus Adelaide. It's always a cracker, Jev. Who do you like? Who do you like?
Mr. Showdown, prime time,
What?
captain box office,
What?
El Por Favor, El Rankinson.
Yes.
I'm taking Isaac Rankin for 20 touches at $1.30.
Good leg.
This bloke's hotter than Sydney Sweeney at the moment.
Shit.
Head to your StatMate app and look at his form at Adelaide Oval this year. 29, 20, 25, 30, 28, 100% on the year, and it isn't changing this week. If he walks off the field with 23 and 2, he could be wearing the Showdown medal around his neck. He's an absolute superstar. 27 and 2 against the Blues on the weekend.
Probably deserved the medal last year.
He probably deserved the medal. I think it was 2, maybe last year when I backed him. But Isaac Rankin for 20 touches, $1.30, good leg.
Yeah, that's good. And probably that's one for the ramble about the Showdown medal.
Yeah.
He stands out like a pea in soup.
Corn.
You know how much I love awarding new caps? And I've had a lot this year of freshly into the multi, but have been in before.
You like a bit of fresh meat?
This is genuine fresh blood. Shout out to Pring because he loves fresh blood. Welcome Josh Worrell to the 100K multi for the first time ever. You know how much I love
maybe
this.
ever.
I cannot believe this, but I can't believe it's taken us this long to uncover this gem. So we're
fair.
taking him for 15 disposal to $1.20. I like to call him the Wazard of Oz. The Wargasm. Wazzy Osborne. Indiana was Lightyear to infinity and back pocket. My man, this isn't just numbers. As I said, I can't believe we're only uncorking Josh Worrell now. He's 100% on the season for 15 disposals, and he's 12 games straight. He's had 5 from 5 this year at Adelaide Oval and only missed once last year at Adelaide Oval. I didn't even know he was playing last year.
He's a gun.
His last 3 showdowns, so I like the showdown form, 17, 22, 20.
What haircut does he rock?
I honestly don't know. It sort of like looks like Dan Curtin, doesn't he?
Yeah, he takes a photo.
Yeah,
of
that's
Dan
not
Curtin.
too bad.
The Wazard of Oz.
Yeah, the Wazard of Oz.
Wazzy Osborne, Indiana was.
That's good, Morgs. That's great
Thanks,
intel.
mate. Thanks,
Boys,
bud.
this man is as pure as breakfast in bed.
Yep.
As sweet as the sugar in your morning coffee. As electric as a ham shank before bed. Give me Jordan Dawson for one sausage.
It's just such a good leg.
At $2. At
bucks.
$2 bloody
For
bucks.
one.
Boys, this man kicked the sealer a few years ago.
Yes.
Probably didn't.
His first ever showdown.
Murphy was Lockie Murphy went down. He's like, can't kick the distance. Pretend to do your neck. Dawson comes in and kicks it from the pocket. He kicked 3 last week against the Blues. He's actually been lining up at full forward.
Yes.
Like, he's just been taking big marks in front of everyone. Showdown. I love this. I don't know who's going to go. They're going to try and play like Radigalea. Oh, who else is there? They got back there at the moment.
Radhouse.
Radhouse. Like, is Darcy Byrne-Jones going to have to try and go to him? Is Mead going to have to try and
Lockie
go
Jones.
to him? Like who's going to go to El Dorsi or Por Favor?
No, I'm not sure.
So we love him for a snag. $2. It's awesome.
Yeah,
boys.
that's a great leg.
Yeah, great leg.
It's technically a sharp.
David King was saying on SEN,
Was he?
they kicked it to him 4 times as a forward 50 target. He kicked 3 goals.
The one, it was like Fev, full stretch.
Yeah, and then Simon he just went back and started it. $2 for him to kick 1 goal is such a good leg in a showdown.
It's a Saturday sharp.
Any other legs?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Bull riding, dart smoking,
Yeah.
beer drinking,
Yeah.
lady kissing, ass kicking, set shot slotting, bicep curling, son of a gun, give me Darcy Fogarty.
Hell
at
yeah.
2. He basically kicks 2 every time he steps onto Adelaide Oval.
Basically.
He got a shoulder injury against GWS 3 weeks ago. Some say it was a footy incident. Some say he fell off the bucking bull at the woolshed.
Yeah,
Ooh.
both could be true.
Both could be true when he had a couple of darts and a 161 in hand. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Apart from that, he's kicked 6 games in a row at Adelaide Oval. It doesn't feel like it's changing this week.
Nah.
He's a gun. They don't have a matchup for him. They do not have a matchup for Thilthorpe, Tex, Fogarty, Dawson,
Rankin,
Keys. Keep naming them.
Who's the other?
Rochelle,
Yeah, who's the other little?
Neil Bullen.
Who's the other little? No, the other little guy.
That's it.
He keeps turning over. The young fella, Lewis.
Can I just clarify? Did text anytime get in?
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
I didn't write any notes down. So I didn't think it went in. But for the viewers, text is in, and 100% had to be. I didn't think it'd get in. I was about to say that it needs to be. It's still $1.18. So I don't have the notes on. I don't have the form. I spoke about him last week. He is like Jennifer Lopez. He
Benjamin
ages
Button.
the same. They just don't age. Yeah, $1.18 is still good for one.
Still
I
his
think
prime.
he'll go back to kicking 2, which I think is about $1.63.
Might kick the first.
Might kick the first, but
Nice.
yeah, $1.18 Tex Walker is in, and so it should be.
All right, boys. Guys in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
We're going to Who Am I?
Oh, nice.
We can't.
They call me the human stick of cholesterol. I'm often referred to as milk's final form. I often go well with bread and 25 disposals. Who am I?
I've got no idea. It sounds like Josh Worrell. Long's already got Josh Worrell.
It's not Josh Worrell.
It has to be Josh Worrell.
Lewis?
I'm doubling down. It's Josh Worrell for a goal.
Really? I'm getting Matt Pritters vibes.
It's not pretty. It's Zach Butters, boys, for 25 touches at $1.30.
Yeah.
He's 100% his last 5 and his last 3 against the Crows. 32, 33, 42.
That's a
He's
lot
an
of touches.
absolute gut. Now, boys, I've had this question on my mind for a while. Let's get serious here for a second. Who says no with contracts coming up in the next year or two, and they'll probably be about the same? Who says no? Zach Butters to St Kilda and Nasai Wanganeen-Malira to Port Adelaide in a straight swap.
Straight swap.
Who says no? Would anyone have to tack on a pick here or there, or is that a dead set straight swap? Who says no?
I absolutely love it.
It probably feels perfect, doesn't it?
I personally
Contract-wise,
think, I reckon the Saints might have to send a first, and then Port Adelaide might have sent a second. So Saints get Zach Butters and a second, Port Adelaide get Nas and a first. But that's it.
so St Kilda, Port get more back.
They just
So,
get a
yeah,
first.
so Zach's worth a little bit
just
more.
a little bit more, but they got to pay them both.
Yep.
And they're both stars.
Yep.
I think no disrespect to Nas, but I think the Saints to get that midfielder in,
Yes.
I think he's worth it.
And they've got Sinclair, they've got the other half-backer, so
And even so, it's full credit to Nas for being worth Butters.
yes.
Let us know in the comments.
That's a great question,
Let us
though. I
know
love
in the
that.
comments, because I think, how good would Nas work in that midfield?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
As well. Let the Hornet go to work. Let Mead go to work.
Remember that time I said Cal Wilkie for LDU and I got roasted on Twitter?
Yeah.
Do you reckon North would like Cal Wilkie back there?
They would adore Cal Wilkie right now.
It'd be so good. Jeff, do you have any more legs?
No more legs.
Any more legs?
No, thank you, mate.
Boys, now it's time for the most lucrative
It's late.
Shit, it's time for the most lucrative segment in all the sports. Gold Rush. The best bet you weren't on, but you wish you were. So, guys, thank you. Brought to you by StatMate and PointsBet, of course.
Good eggs.
We can actually go through and it tells us our best markets for everywhere. I'll kick us off with the best for 20 disposals last week. Jimmy Webster, boys, was $4.25. Jack Ginnivan for 20 was $5. Max Michaelani, Jeff, your man, was $5. Braden Maynard for 20 was $5.50. And Cade the Chin Chandler had 26, but he was paying $9 for 20.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I got 25 touches here. Dill Stevens was $8.50.
Nice.
CJ was $9. Wayne Miller was $11. Pat Dangerfield was $11
That's
for
incredible.
25.
Yeah, nice.
And my man Max Michaelani, who had 27, was $21 for 25.
Holy shit.
Max, Michael, and Annie, I saw at the park last week.
No, I've got screenshots. Oh, you know you did. Like this.
As soon as you start, I'm like, what have I got here? 30. I got Buck Dale for 31 at 4.25. Ed Richards for 30 at $5. Max Gorn 35 in the West was incredible at $11. Massimo D'Ambrosio, my man, finally decided at 30 at $13. And then Joshy Battle 33 at 23 to 1 is an awesome price for 30.
Nice. And the others for 35. Zach Merritt, 35, was only $4. It's bugger all.
Yep.
And Jack McRae, 38 touches, boys. He was paying $8 if you wanted him
Yeah,
for
it's not too bad.
35.
You get so much footy.
25 contested.
I got one goal kickers here. Jaden Hunt was $4. Brody Smith was $4. Jordan Sweet was $4. Hugo Garcia was $4.50, and Luke Cleary was $7 for us.
Lukey Cleary. My favourite market in all of sports, Dust, the 2+ goal scorers. So Eddie Richards kicked 2 in Ballarat for 11. Tim English, the translucent crayfish,
Nice.
kicked 2 at $13. You might hear from him again. Massimo kicked 2 on 30. What a man. $13. Ed Langdon kicked 2 at $15, and then Elijah Hewitt from the Eagles, $17 for 2. He's a star.
Wow. All the guys for 3. Callum Archie, the sneeze, $6.50 for 3. Danny Turner, 2 right feet, $9 for 3 goals. Jordan Dawson was $41 for 3.
what a goal.
Tim English, the translucent crayfish, he was $67. 67 for 3. And Elijah Hewitt, Jev, put him on your radar as one of West Coast best players for 3 snags, 81.
Oh, that's a price.
So much. For 4, we had Brody Myercheck kick 4 at $6.50 and Cooper Sharman kick 4 at $10.
Well done. That was the most lucrative segment in all of sports. The best bet you weren't on, but you wish you were.
Didn't have 5+ goal scorers, but Willie Rioli for 1+ death threat was better the round. So well done. That paid a Buckdale.
Yeah, well done. And that was the most lucrative segment in all sports. Gold Rush. All right, guys. So we got through Saturday. We got through the thin stuff. Your uncle's hair. Now let's get on to the Arnie's waistline.
Let's Doris out of here.
Let's fatten her up. Let's fatten her up. So we're going to kick off with, so we have Geelong GWS, boys.
Dash, you've got a Richmond West Coast here.
We're not going to talk about the VFL game. No run!
No run!
Geelong GWS,
bets.
boys. No
We just
bets.
don't have a bet on Richmond West Coast.
Do you have a bet?
No, I don't, but I like Liam Baker against his old mob. Might be one for the
20.
Ramble.
Probably
For
mud
the Ramble.
flat.
Back to
Can
the
people
Ramble.
comment the best legs in this game?
Richmond West Coast.
We
Yeah,
just
like
skip,
it.
We just skip past it a bit. 110 MCG, 2 average sides.
And you got to remember as well, we're trying to turn 10 into 100K. So if there's nothing on, don't
You know what I
force it.
bet?
Yeah.
We'll go back and we'll do the roast and we'll be like, geez, there was money to be made in this game.
Mud flat for 3.
Steely Green for 4.
Seth Campbell for 2.
Yeah, it'll be unbelievable. So, Geelong GWS, Jev.
This bloke looks like a Swedish girl, runs like a gazelle, marks like Ablett Senior, kicks like Heath Scotland, and bangs him through like he's Mickey O'Loughlin.
Oh, wow.
He looks like Jane but plays like Tarzan. I'm talking about Ollie Dempsey, and I'm taking him for 1 goal at $1.48.
That's great.
So all week we had him for 2 at $3.50 in the multi. All week we were just like, let's have him for 2. Want to know why we had him for 2?
Why?
Because he's kicked 2 4 games in a row,
Shit.
and we're still getting $3.50 for him to kick 2. This is his last 4 weeks.
All
2, 2, 2, and 2.
that's awesome.
It's unbelievable. We're just going to take him for 1 at $1.48. I'm very confident in this league, considering he kicks 2 every week. If this was Sunday night, it'd be 2 for sure, but we're just taking Ollie Dempsey for 1 at $1.48.
Give me the single cab Hilux. I'm, of course, talking about Lockie Ash for 25 disposals at $1.37. For the first time this year, which is hard to believe after being all 100K named on the bench, the third halfback last year. So he was in the multi more than... Oh, Das, I nearly said it. Single cab Hilux. Why? Because he's reliable as a Macca's hash brown. Even when they're bad, they're great.
Yes.
All right. His form is just awesome. 31, 33, 29, 31, and 29 over his last Baker's month. The Hilux is quickly becoming the Giants' second ball mover off the halfback.
Oh, wow.
So when Whitfield goes up into the mid or plays a bit higher, he's almost number 1. He's gone up a level this year, my man, so much to this point where we can't even get him for 20 on some bookies. So I had to look around, okay, mainly points bet, but some bookies you can't even get him for 20. We can with points bet, all right, but we're going to take him for 25, little bit of Sunday value at $1.37. Welcome back to Single Cab Hilux.
Boys, give me TGT. Toby Green ticks. Yes, Jenny.
Yeah, that's nice.
This bloke loves Geelong more than Billy Brownless. And that bloody freak show that dresses up as a cat every bloody week in the goal square. You freak show. Have a goddamn look at you.
What a loser.
Get out of it, Whiskers.
Hat man.
Says us. Give me Toby Green for 2
He would
goals,
call
boys.
us lame.
Yeah,
At
he would.
$1.80.
And we are.
Boys, he's only kicked 2 goals the last 3 games. But Toby Green ticks absolutely loves Geelong.
Does he?
He's kicked, boys, in his last 5 games at Geelong. 4, 4, 2, 4, 2. That's 16 goals in 5 games.
That's form.
He absolutely loves playing the Cats. They're down there, and I think we spoke about it on the roast. It just feels like they get their season back on track versing the Cats every single goddamn year. So TGT, Toby Green ticks.
I love it.
2 goals, $1.80 seems great. Any other time he's in form, this is $1.30.
Yep.
Every bloody time, $1.25, $1.80 screams out.
This is the definition of due.
Yeah, I reckon we got $1.67 last week, so it's obviously gone out rightfully so. I think this is the time to jump on.
All right, boys, so we're going to get into...
Sharks everywhere.
All right, boys, let's go. This isn't at Marvel, Jev. Where is this game?
What's it called? Blundstone?
Bloody Bloodstone Arena.
Hobart Bachelor's game.
Yes. 4.
It will be fucking freezing.
Oh, it is going to. They're going to get a massive crowd down there, boys. We've got 3 monstrous legs.
Great.
Convince the audience why they're in. Talk to me, Jev.
The first shark off the rank is my man, Lockie Neal, to kick a goal at $2.40.
Wow.
So originally we thought this game was at Marvel Stadium. I'm like, boys, the perfect Sunday night leg under the lid is Lockie Neal for a snag. He had 30 and 3 against the Saints there 2 weeks ago. Let's just take him for 1. Then we found out it was at Blundstone Arena in Hobart.
Change up.
So I went to StatMate. I'm like, has he ever played there before? He's played there once before.
Here we go.
Against North Melbourne. And he had 30 and 1. 30-1 in his
Damn
one
it.
game at Hobart. We're going to take him if it was Marvel, Hobart, Gabba, Adelaide Oval,
What?
China,
What?
wherever.
Yep.
The first shark in the tank is Lockie Neal for a snag at $2.40.
Awesome.
Just a gun midfielder to kick a goal. I absolutely love midfielders kicking snags. So Lockie Neal, Lewis.
That's a shark.
And they've proven profitable too.
Profitable. Proven profitable.
My shark.
My shark.
My white whale.
What?
My hammerhead of round 9. Luke fucking Parker anytime at $2.25.
Wow.
leg.
I know he's in blue and white now, but this bloke absolutely loves playing the Lions. He's kicked 7 in his last 5 against the Lions. His last 3 outings are 3-1-1. If he doesn't kick this, it'll be more shocking than Dutton losing Dixon.
Dutton losing Dixon.
26 years he was in Dixon us. It was a shocking result.
Oh, wow.
If he doesn't kick this, that's how shocked I'll be.
Wow.
I love it so much. That is all the form I'm going for. Just purely Luke Parker against the Lions. He loves it. 7 in his last 5 and at $2.25 down at Hobart, I'm wrapped.
The second shark in the tank.
Now,
What a
boys,
leg.
the third shark. This bloke has perfect hair and a small upper lip. The hairy cheesy balls. This bloke is paying $3.60 for a snag. Harry bloody Sheasler,
Come
boys.
on.
We love midfielders in this.
Yes.
Boys, he's only kicked 1 goal this year.
Yep.
But his form at Bloodstone Arena, 1-1-2. That
Yes.
sounds like Matthew
Yes.
Wade's last 3 at-bats for the Hurricanes in the Big Bash. That is exactly what it goddamn sounds like. Jeez.
Can I just say, as a Hobart Hurricane man, Matty Wade was not out in the grand final with us. So can we put some respect on?
No.
Thank you.
We're not. That is... Do you have any more legs? No, there's 3 sharks.
It's just 3 sharks. It's
So
just
we're going to
going,
try
going.
something here. This might go down lead balloonish, but we think the bounce is unwatchable. We're going to put it out there. We might cut some ties with some big AFL personnel, but the bounce sucks.
It stinks.
Bang! So what we're going to do in good old bounce fashion, me and Morgs are going to sit behind the couch, and every time Jeff eats out a leg, we're going to yell out bang because it's hilarious when they do it.
All right, here's the multi. Jarman Impey 15. Bang! Chad Warner 20. Bang! Kyle Langford anytime. Bang! Bailey Humphrey anytime. Bang! Over 166 and a half. Bang! Joel Frazier 15. Bang! Sam Flanders 20. Bang! Marcus Bontempelli 20. Bang! Bond anytime. Bang! John Noble 20. Bang! Jordan Thompson anytime. Bang! Isaac Reagan 20. Bang! Tex anytime. Bang! Fog 2. Bang! Josh Royal 15. Bang! Zach Butters 25. Bang! Toby Green 2. Bang! Lockie Ash 25. Bang! Ollie Dempsey anytime. Bang! Lockie Neal anytime. Bang! Luke Parker anytime. Bang! Harry Sheasel anytime. Bang! $10.76 gets you $100,061. That will be unwatchable. That is lame. That is not it. Oh my god. Oh. I'm so sorry to anyone that watches the show. I'm so sorry for the people get home from work. They're missing can we hang out? Like, no, I'm chucking YouTube on to watch this fucking show, and they get that.
It is currently time stamping 10 p.m. on Tuesday night.
I just want them to know we know how bad that is. Can we focus though? That is a hell of a multi.
Hell of a
It's a hell of a
multi.
And I
multi.
love the value late. The 3 sharks late just gives us a chance to build some momentum throughout the weekend. I think it's a great bet.
All right, boys, that is awesome. So that is the round 900k multi. Coming up next, we've got the world famous Ramble, and I think I have a question for everyone. Alrighty, boys, we are back.
Sting.
Let's hit the stinger. It's time for the Ramble.
It's a soulful tune.
Say you're yawning.
It's gonna be my.
You're horny.
It's my ringtone.
All right, Dope Thursdays, talk me through it. I'm zipping 8.
Zipping 8 is
so
unbelievable.
If I lose, I'm going to go in and get the very first Neuralink. I'm going to go in for brain surgery.
Okay.
If I do not win on this game. Now, you know what talks to me? It just feels like, let's go back to simple. Like Tracy 2, Shy for 1, Dacos 25, Caleb Sarong 25. I know that that might pay $4, but Jeff, what are we thinking? Do I put up 2 or 3 multis and do I just put Mason Cox for 2 goals for $4?
So-
do I get people to vote on him? What do you reckon?
Whatever you say, do the opposite. I thought I'll build a multi of legs you would hate, and I know it's probably going to do better than whatever you make.
It's the Costanza theory.
You might come out with Nick Dacos 25, Sarong 25, Tracy 2, Bolt 1. Good multi. You might have to have Jamie Elliott 1.
Boring,
Good
though.
multi, but a bit boring. What about Pat Lipinski for 15?
Shit.
Matthew Johnson for 15.
Oh, yuck.
Lockie Schultz anytime. Mason Cox anytime. You get $3 for that.
Unfortunately, that probably hits.
Or do you take Mason Cox for 2 at $4? What did you say, Paul? You'd rather watch your dog die than bet on Mason Cox.
Yes.
I love your dog.
And I love him. The Pies have won the first quarter in 7 out of their last 8 matches at Optus Oval. That's paying $2.
Yeah.
If you like that. And also, each of the last 7 night matches between these two sides have gone under total match points. The total match is 160 at the moment. So that's $1.88. But I'm thinking with all the stars out, does it just get played between the arcs a little bit?
It was a draw last time they played.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial.
Draw last time they played. I've got one for you. The Dockers are going to be about 31 points up in the third quarter.
Yep.
Craig McRae's just going to wave a white flag. He's like, let's just get home healthy, boys. We're not getting 4 points. Dacos, whoever's just going to be sitting on the bench.
Yep.
Then Sarong and Brayshaw will get 12 touches each, kick a goal each in the last quarter. They'll win by about 70 points. They'll all kick goals, and all week we'll hear how good is Sarong and Brayshaw, and then they'll go on the road again and dog it.
Yep.
I am not overreacting to if Sarong and Brayshaw have an absolute monster in a blowout.
You promise?
I promise.
like
I promise. I will not overreact.
Yep. No, well, I feel that they've got those boys genuinely have to win like 3 games before anyone puts them back on a pedestal. I feel they've lost a lot of credit. Yes, Lewis.
Can we lean into this because you know I like prime time goals
True
for
goal
2.
scorers.
Caleb Sarong.
Great bet. 17-1.
Caleb Sarong at 17-1.
Brayshaw's just as
That
good.
hits.
To have 31 and 2 or Brayshaw
Put
as well.
10 on
17.
each.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Put
think that's
10
your
on
bet.
each.
17 to kick 2. Both the Freo boys, especially in the pyramid.
Also, we said on the roast, I'm not sure if you got to go through the whole thing, Lewis, but
unfortunately.
you have to start betting on the halfbackers for doubles. Like that Massimo was your leg,
I
like
know.
a 30 and 2.
So Dan Houston for 2 at 21-1.
Yep.
I
Who?
think there's going to be opportunity with these outs. Even Lipinski circling.
Yeah.
No, it's not a great
Ooh.
fun bet, but I think there's some value there.
What's his name? Jordan Clark for a goal.
What about Dudley?
Isaiah Dudley for 2 is only $5.
That's all right. I'll probably get on that. Boys,
Don't.
if you don't have any more legs for the next one, I've got something for the next game.
Friday night?
Friday night. We will have a chiseler.
We'll be there.
We will have a chiseler. So send in your best legs. We might make it a bit more off platform, but
Yeah.
I will be there with a chiseler. So send in your best.
Yeah.
If you see me, get a photo with the chiz.
Because what is the Chisels record? I reckon it's 3-1.
Oh, let's take out Gather Round because
Yeah, well, there's too many curries
Zip
involved.
I think we're
Did we go 7-6?
Adelaide doesn't count. We
Yeah,
were
no.
pissed.
Yeah,
We usually put it on sober. So, boys, I've got 2 little things for you.
Please.
So here's a stat if you're a Saints fan. For Saints fan listening, Carlton have lost each of its last 8 night matches.
Interesting.
Each of its last 8. So the Saints are 230. But, Jev, I put on a multi. I put on a multi, Morgs.
Yeah, please.
Carlton have won each of its first halves. It's won its first half in each of its last 6 matches in Melbourne.
Yep.
It pays $1.66. Cripper has had 30 in 4 of his last 5 matches as a favourite at the G. That pays $2.50.
That's nice.
Walsh has had over 30 disposals in each of his last 3 games against the Saints.
Okay.
That's $2.30, and this is deep intel. Jack Higgins, the Butcher's dog, has kicked 3 goals in each of St Kilda's last 3 matches against opponents that will rank lower than on the ladder. That pays $2.90. So we got Carlton win the first half, Cripps 30, Walsh 30, Jack Higgins 3. That pays $29.
That's an awesome
That's
multi.
really nice.
That's so fun to ride at the game.
$29. That might be on the back of the chiseler.
Yeah, nice. I've gone to 2 goals.
Yes, here we
Butcher's
go.
dog will
Nas.
murder
What's
it.
Nas?
Nas is down there at a
12 or Jack Sinclair.
Yeah, I kind of like Sam Walsh. I know you don't like this, Jeff, but I can see Walshy kicking 2 Friday night at the G.
He's been getting chances.
Yeah, absolutely. I can just see him kicking 1 early and then 1 in the third.
I like Jack Sinclair at 19-1.
That's definitely the bet.
I like, midfielders for 2s as single bets.
Even Jack McRae, 21 for 2, but even just for 1, there's plenty of value there. Also, Jeff, I reckon I can tempt you on the points. Looking at the points here, I can get St Kilda plus 27.5, still at $1.32.
I'd gobble that
Like,
up.
that's a great way to start your multis.
Yeah, I don't see us fucking run over the top of any.
No way. Saints
Well,
play us really well at the Igloo. It'll be interesting to see. I can't remember the last time we've played the Saints at the G.
Yeah, great call.
I don't. Yeah,
It's been a long time.
So last year at Darwin,
the fish taco
I said I'd go back to the Darwin game because you got to listen to these stats to realize how many points and touches there are.
Yep.
So Gold Coast won 164 to 100.
Yep.
It was a Friday night in Darwin.
Cam Guthrie went off with heat stroke.
So Bailey Humphrey kicked 5, Lukosius kicked 5, King 4, Day 3, Long 2, and Stengel kicked 3, and then touches. Anderson had 42 and 2.
Shit.
Flanders had 37. Rowell had 35 and 1. Sexton had 32. Holmes had 32 and 1. Miller had 32. Grind Myers had 29 and 2. Ollie Dempsey had 25. It's just touches
Yep.
and snags.
So, and because it's a little bit dewy and it's not just like a clean night because there's little handballs,
Yep.
knock-ons, there's so many disposals
Space,
at
yep.
base. So when you're going to have this game, go for like all the midfielders because there's so many contests.
If you like Anderson for 25 this week, take him for 30.
Yes.
If you like Bailey Smith for 25 every week, take him for 30 this
Love it,
week.
love it.
Danger for 1, take him for 2.
Yep.
Like it's
Yeah,
just it's going to be points, snags, everything. It's not. Oh, it's actually not Bailey. It's the Dogs, but Bont for 25 and 2.
Yep.
We're going for 21, 25 and 2. Like just points and snags.
Edrich is in pretty good form. Take him.
Yeah, for 30.
yeah.
Like Edrich or Liver for 30. Rao for 30.
Yep.
Like guys,
I reckon you
go
can get
more than their average.
seven guys for 25.
Whatever the over-unders are as well, just take overs.
Yep.
This could be a 5 for 25 where all the
Who
overs
did
hit.
this? Who
Definitely.
sent it to us? They put $100 on it last year.
Yeah, I
They
do
had
remember
they had
this end.
It was a Gold Coast Essendon game. They had 11 over-unders, whatever that pays, and I think they had one Essendon player under, and all of them hit.
Yeah, I remember.
I think it was...
All overs hit.
He went one player under. I think it was Dersma. Surprise,
Your man.
surprise. And like he won like 90 grand or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, because he said to us, it's not that easy. It's not that hard, boys.
He had 100 on it. It paid a bomb.
Wow.
Hey, let's throw a bow on this one.
Yeah, like quickly.
Very quickly, Shark Week, great success.
Yeah.
Definitely Football Legend is
Can't
back.
wait. Thank you
Awesome.
to 4 and
Thank you.
20.
Keep
Great
sending those
success.
in. Thank you for coming on board.
Merch
Merch
this
coming out
Sunday.
Sunday. Hats, merch. Got a couple of t-shirts coming out. The Reds are still on. The hoodies are still in. Darce, you won't be with us next week.
Well,
Just Jeff and I.
it depends. If I
see.
if I lose dope Thursdays, I'm going in for brain surgery.
Sure.
I'm getting the what's
Chip
it called?
in.
Chip in.
Next week for the loyal listeners, Jev, obviously Darce may be being out. We are either going to have a guest who we won't reveal because we've had a shocking history of announcing guests and then they don't come on.
I
Or,
was going to say something.
because I think we need to clean it up a touch, it's Gentleman's Night. Next week we are
Yes.
bringing back Gentleman's Night. We are not stopping the swearing a little bit. Okay, we're just going to bring it back down a level. Just a cigar, a bit of whiskey, glass of red
sounds
maybe.
good.
Okay, chill it out a little bit. Still talk a lot of footy, but Gentleman's Night's
those
coming
queer
back.
little top hats you boys wore last time.
Absolutely.
If you made it to the end of this, comment Shark Week, and we are so sorry, but comment Shark Week if you made it to the end of this. Last week, so many people commented Declan Rice. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
couldn't believe people made it to
Shark
the
Week
end.
or we got something a little bit left of field?
Shark Week.
Johnny had
No, just Shark Week.
Shark Week.
Blues Saints Friday night.
I'm not confident, but I'll go the Blues by 7 points.
Swans just beat the Bombers. It can be 10, 20, 30. You pick it. They're going to win. Swans win. Chile!
Baby back ribs. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having us.
What are you prepared to lose today? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.